Get Healthy UTV squad and anybody else who is watching us today. My name is Chris Freytag. This is Sam Cameranesi, and I'm going to turn on Instagram because we promised our Insta friends that we would add them in also. So let's see if it's going live. I can't even tell. Stay with us, everybody. We've got an hour of Q&A. Okay, why isn't it saying it's live? Hold tight, everybody.
Exit out and try it again.
Exit out and try again. When in doubt, turn off your electronics and try again. So we are here for an hour of our typical Q&A. Here we go. I think I got it. Yeah, here we go. Checking connection. We do this monthly, so here we go. We're live now. Hi, Instagram. How are you? Monthly. So, gosh, we've been doing this for a couple years. So actually, if you go to GetHealthyUTV.com, you click on free videos, you can go to the live Q&A, and you can watch all of our past ones if you're really bored, or maybe maybe you're sitting in the car for a long road trip. You could listen, because we do kind of theme it out.
Yep. We
hit different themes. We've had things like we talk about good form, we talk about nutrition, we talk about, today we're going to hit a few things on mental health. We've talked about how to, plan your workouts, blah, blah, blah. So you're always welcome to join us. Today we have some pre-asked questions like we always do. So Sam's going to be our moderator. She's going to keep track of all the questions. She can see right there on her computer. Questions that were already asked, questions that are coming up. I'm going to remind you about a couple of things happening at Get Healthy UTV. So stay with us. We're here for an hour. Feel free to come and go. Same with you guys, Instagram. Let's get right into it, Sam. Talking about, like I said, we were kind of talking a little bit about mental health, because I think a lot of people are kind of hitting that point where, okay, it's been like 8 months of pandemic. Yeah. We've had a lot of things going on. There's a lot of political stress. The weather's getting colder. People are just starting to feel a little on edge and trying to figure out, how do I stay healthy through these holidays, which are going to look different than they normally do.
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But go ahead, Sam. Let's start us off with some of our great questions.
Yeah. So we've got a ton of questions, but we're going to start with the ones that are on our topic first, and then we'll move to other ones after that.
Okay.
Does exercise affect your mental health?
Hello. The answer is a resounding yes. I mean, half the reason I exercise, or more, maybe 75% of the reason I exercise, is mental health. It is a stress reliever. It changes your endorphins release. That's your body's natural happy hormone that's released in your body. One of the things about exercise is you're typically in the present. So you start huffing and puffing and you're just kind of like living in the now. A lot of people listen to music or follow instruction, and you're just kind of doing your thing. You're sweating, you're detoxifying, you're feeling stronger and healthier, and it translates into confidence, but you're in the now. You're not thinking about, oh my gosh, tomorrow there's this horrible thing going to happen, or last week I got, in this controversy and now I'm trying to still think about what to do. Like, you're in the now. Plus, there have been so many studies about the connection between the brain and the body, the positive part of the, good for your heart, good for your heart health, good for your health numbers. And when those things are in check, your mental health is better, stress relief. We're going to talk about meditation today, because meditation is a form of exercise.
Absolutely.
It's the most passive, easy exercise you can do. Hold tight. We're going to talk about our free 14-day meditation challenge. Just hold tight. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So yes, there's resounding reasons why you should exercise for mental health alone.
So kind of getting into meditation, what should someone do if they feel super restless when they're doing meditation, or like kind of discomfort? How do you...
Yeah, I think people like you and I might have a hard time meditating, because we're type A. We're really intense, and I like things that involve movement. And so when you're sitting quietly and peacefully, sometimes that is just as hard as doing a jump squat. I mean, really, right?
Yep.
So meditation is really just deep breathing at its core. And deep breathing has been proven to change things like your, oxygen flow, your heart rate, your mood. It helps you sleep. When I'm having trouble sleeping, we were talking about this just the other day.
Yeah.
I lay in bed and I do deep breathing, because that sometimes I kind of sink into this pattern where it just lulls me back to sleep. But meditation doesn't have to have rules. We might as well talk about, we put together a 14-day free meditation challenge for any of you who want to try it. If you've never meditated before, or you have but you're not consistent, this is a 14-day free meditation challenge. It starts with just 3+ minutes a day, 3 to 5 minutes a day. By day 14, you are doing about 15 minutes of meditation, and the last 2 or 3 meditations involve a little movement. Now, that is my daughter. Does she look like me?
She does.
That's Chloe. She is a meditation teacher, a Kundalini teacher, and a professional ballerina. So meditation is part of her life. Those of you on Instagram, you guys can't see the video playing right now. But she and I put this together, a 14-day plan. There's all different breathing techniques, but it doesn't have to be religious or woo-woo in connotation. And in this 14-day meditation challenge, I'm just going to quickly hit it. It starts with breathing patterns. Then it goes into some chanting, because chanting, repeating things, it's used again for depression patients, can help you just take your mind off things. And then it gets into just some easy movements in the last few days. So sign up for it and try it, because no better time than now when we're entering into the colder months and the holidays.
Absolutely. We have,
and there was a link, wasn't there, for people to sign up?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we'll just put it in, if you're watching on Facebook and stuff like that.
And on Instagram, we'll give you guys a swipe up page at the end of this little live.
Absolutely. So when you talk about meditation, do you sit when you're doing it? Do you lie down? Does it matter?
You literally can do it standing, sitting, laying down, dark, light. Don't do it in traffic.
Maybe not in your car.
Yeah, when you're in your car. But you're on the subway or something. I don't know if people take the subway right now, but you can just find that place in your office, whatever works for you. And Apple was one of the companies that came out and did a whole bunch of studies about, they added a little breathing app to their watch.
Yep.
That said deep breathing has mega results on your body's neurological and physiological systems, and everybody should do it. And that's why they added this breathing app, and they have a lot of science behind it. So
I will say I just started doing that. Like, I try to do it every day. I never used to. I used to turn it off, and now I've turned it on to make myself do it.
It's really hard. And when we were filming that 14-day meditation challenge, and Chloe was doing all the meditations, and I was behind the camera, and I was doing them with her.
Yeah.
I was like so zen. I was like so, and I'm like, man, if I could just, and I'm being honest, I need to dedicate at least 5 minutes a day to doing that. Mm-hmm. I'm not always consistent with meditation. So, hey, there's room for growth for all of us.
Absolutely. All right, let's see. Still along the lines of meditation, is there a best time of day to do it? Morning, night, whenever you have time?
It's whenever you have time. It's like anything. A calorie burned at 6 a.m. is the same calorie burned at 6 p.m. Meditating at 6 a.m. is the same as meditating at 6 p.m. It depends on your lifestyle, who you are, what you like,
yep.
what your work and your job is, what's going on with your family. That's what really matters. So don't put rules on yourself. Rules are what keep us from doing what we need to do. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm a fan of rules. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to exercise, it's like people go black or white. I either have to exercise in the morning or forget it, I'm not exercising. And that's not true. Like, I'm a morning exerciser. I think morning exercise is one of the best times to exercise. But if you work the third shift and that's not for you, then you want to exercise in the evening, do it. Because it's about what works for you.
Absolutely. Other than meditation, are there other activities that improve your mental well-being? For me, walking and fresh air improves my mental well-being. Mm-hmm. I get outside, I take the dog out, I'll put my ear pods in, I'll listen to a podcast or just quiet music. Mm-hmm. And it is so soothing for me. There's a lot of activity. Some people think boxing, mm-hmm. really hitting up, not just kickboxing, but just hitting a true, bag yep. makes a difference. There are a lot of ways to improve your mental health. I actually remember, this was about 10 years ago, but someone came into my kickboxing class and she said that she had just lost a loved one to a hard bout of cancer, and she said, I am here today to kick cancer to the curb. Like, she just worked so hard during class, and she told me afterwards, she said, I feel so much better, thank you. So, movement is used to treat depression patients, anxiety, people with anxiety, and movement can be running super fast. Movement can be just flowing your arms. Yeah. Movement has no exact definition. It's about any body movement in space. Absolutely. And one thing that I found recently too is like reading a book or something like that. That forces me to slow down. Meditation is something that I'm trying to work on, but even, reading a book or something like that, something that you enjoy doing too, other than exercise, is something that you might want to take a look into.
We have Sandra asking, COVID and remote learning have made my two teen daughters very anxious and sedentary. Remote gym class is a joke, and she finds that she has to force them to go outside or do any physical activity.
Oh man, that's hard.
She said she's at a loss of kind of what to do. Any suggestions on getting them more active?
A 14-year-old?
She said 2 tween daughters.
Tweens, yeah. I don't know, 14 came to mind. So yeah, that is hard. And these kids are stressed.
Yeah.
They do feel stressed because humans are hardwired to connect with other people. Mm-hmm. And when these kids aren't going to school and socializing and having contact with other humans and seeing their teachers face to face and all that stuff, it's very, very stressful on them. And they can be full of anxiety. I would suggest, okay, first of all, maybe joining in on the activity with them. I don't know, maybe your job doesn't allow it, but sometimes doing things together, it's even getting outside, and if you have a dog, walking the dog together, coming up with a fun way to make the walk worthwhile, where, you know, you let them pick the route or whatever it might be, or keep track on your watch and say, okay, we're just going to do a half mile twice a day or whatever it might be. There are apps that are geared more towards kids for exercise. So, you know, you can Google search some of those things. I know there's a lot of younger gals who have some good dance programs or stuff like that. But on Get Healthy UTV too, we have some really fun dance and indoor walking and stuff like that could be fun. But I think coming up with something, like having a conversation with them about what could we all do together? What could we do together that would sound fun? Would we want to try something different every day? Do we want to do yoga one day, dance one day, get outside and walk one day? Like what could movement look like over the course of a week? And let them in on the game plan. I also think one thing I would say is starting to educate them about what movement does for their body, because I think, you know, what you don't know can hurt you. Mm-hmm. And when my kids were little, I used to just talk to them about, like, hey, getting your heart pumping, this is what it does for your health over time. And I know when they're younger, they're not thinking, you know, oh man, I'm going to get heart disease. But, you know, it's just talking about like mood changes or helping them sleep better or have less anxiety or looking better. A lot of tweens will associate with, well, I want muscles or I want to feel better about my body. Well, movement is going to help you with that. So.
If you're watching on Facebook, it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, that the feed has stopped. So we put the link for Get Healthy UTV in there. Head on over. It is still working there, and we'll get Facebook back up in a second.
Okay, darn.
I know, you're probably like, why is she typing away?
I'm like, she's typing away. She's got talking to somebody. Okay, no problem. We've got Insta still happening. Okay, any other?
So yes, we have somebody saying, hi, Chris and Sam. What have been your go-to workouts, ways to sleep during the last 6 months? She says that during the last 6 months, sleep and diet have been a real struggle for her and a real challenge. So what are kind of your go-to sleep and exercise?
Well, for sleep, I mean, exercise helps you sleep better. When you move your body and get some energy expended, you sleep better. And then the diet thing is pretty hard because everyone's doing the whole work from home thing. And listen, your bag of chips is just, an arm's length away, right? Or it's super easy to get up and say, oh, it's time for a snack break because you're bored out of your mind, sitting in your chair, staring at your computer. Even when you're working hard, when I say bored out of your mind, what I mean is like, when you've just been staring at the screen too long, you're like, I need a snack or something. So first of all, when it comes to diet, I would say do not buy the trigger foods. Do not buy them. When you bring them in your house, myself included, if I say, okay, I'm just going to buy this, but I'm not going to eat it. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm going to eat it.
Yep.
So don't bring in anything that is trigger foods, and prepare on the weekends. Like get in those healthy fruits and veggies and snack foods and nuts and seeds and things that you can just grab and snack on and feel good about yourself and also stay energized because it's not bringing you down with added sugars and chemicals and all that kind of stuff. When it comes to exercise, most of you guys know Sam just had surgery, so she's got
a really cute boot on.
Well, it's kind of like a little shoe boot.
Yep.
But she's going through her physical therapy right now, and she's doing a lot of upper body, and she's probably doing more than most humans do without a boot on their foot, using our chair workouts and some of the other things. But my point is, you have to do something. You have to come up with a plan that you enjoy. And when this whole thing started, I do like to work out online. Obviously, that's our business, right? But I do like to get together with friends and do outdoor walks. Or, we used to do Get Healthy UTV together. And then all of a sudden COVID hit and I was alone all the time. And that's hard for me to be alone. But I had to stay on a schedule. Like, I would say to my husband, I'm working out tomorrow at 8 a.m. That meant I'm going down in the basement to work out out at 8 a.m. and I was going to stick to my time frame, because if I didn't, 8 turned into 9, 9 turned into 10. Before you know it, you're like, shoot, I missed the workout this morning. So I really forced myself to stay and still do on a timed program where it's like, okay, on Tuesdays I can work out at this time, on Wednesdays I can work out on this time, and then plan my work meetings around it. And like for Sam and I and the other girls on our team, we're pretty disciplined about saying, we'll say, well, I'm working out at 9, so don't call me. It's like, okay, all right. We really set that time aside and stay true to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to do that.
Now, even, months later, like I think the first month I kind of took some time where I was like, I'm going to sleep in a little bit. And then I was like, okay, maybe not. And so, sometimes you just have to stick to that schedule. Like if you are used to 6 a.m. workouts, like give yourself some grace, but, go back to what works for you and what has always worked.
And we both did that.
We did, and it feels so much better.
We were like, I literally took at least 2 months of not getting up early.
Yeah.
And then to get back into that whole, let's get up at 4:30. I was like, I don't know if I can do it, but guess what?
You do it.
Did it.
It's just like that consistency. And then just kind of because you pointed out and somebody did ask what I am doing to stay in shape while I am in a boot, it has mentally been very challenging for me, in all honesty, but I've kind of figured out like what I need to do. I took completely 1 week off for sure. Doctor's
Most
orders.
people would have taken 1 month off. But.
1 week off where I just didn't move my body. I had to be up with my leg elevated. And then I started just, feeling like I needed to move my body a little bit. And so I was just super smart as far as it was all upper body. It was in a chair, still had my leg raised. Now I've been cleared to do certain things, so I do what I can. But I am taking more rest days than I used to. And I think that my body is appreciating that a lot more than what I used to.
Because overtraining is a real thing, and you start to feel run down. How many weeks post-surgery are you?
I, as of yesterday, was 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yep.
So she, even, I know, at about 2-3 weeks, she was using the mini band. You use the mini band a lot, seated in a chair, working those inner thighs, outer thighs, lifting your legs, doing your arms. And our 3 chair workouts that we recorded for Get Healthy UTV, any of you Get Healthy UTV people, we did that because people were asking.
Yes.
And then lo and behold, Sam has surgery. But we were like, a lot of people were like, I've got a hurt foot, I have a hurt knee, or they're beginners and they're just getting started with exercise. So we've had such a good response. We are going to film more in 2 weeks. And we're going to have one that's specifically for hurt foot, for anyone who has a hurt foot. And then we're going to do a couple other chair workouts. So get ready. There will be more for you to choose from so you can stay active.
There will be. Let's see. So we have somebody saying that her brother is a stroke survivor and trying to cope with isolation during COVID and not being able to exercise. Do you have any suggestions or resources of any ways to help him?
He's a stroke survivor and he did
trying to cope with isolation during COVID.
Is he not allowed to exercise?
She said, and not able to exercise. So I don't know.
It's hard for me to know because I don't know what the restrictions are after the stroke. Some people after a stroke, are working with a cardiologist and being very careful with their heart. So I honestly don't know what to tell them. Without, I'm no doctor, but I do know post-stroke, a lot of times people are slowly but surely getting their heart rate up and monitoring themselves as they do so. My mom just had a pacemaker put in. Now she's older, in her 80s, and she started walking a little bit more. We actually got her an Apple Watch for Mother's Day so that she could watch her heart rate, because we're like, Mom, you need to be aware of like when she would feel a little queasy, was her heart rate too low? Was her blood pressure too low? So she can kind of keep track of some of that stuff. And she started with just adding a little daily walking and seeing where that would take her. And maybe depending on what the doctor's orders are, your brother could do some upper body. Just again, I don't know the severity of the stroke because it all depends on whether you can get your arms above your heart or not. Meditation would be great. The meditation challenge might be something that is really useful. I would definitely try that because, isolation is really hard on all of us. And I say, do as much Zooming as you can with your family members who are in isolation. I think it really helps just to see a face on the camera and chit chat about the week. What have you been doing this week? Because people do get lonely.
It's definitely different, but it's, you make the most of it. So
Right. Are we back on Facebook yet or not?
we are not, and we're actually not on the website either. Things are freezing. So
What?
I know. We are still addressing
Instagram,
questions.
you're the only people.
I know. We have told people that some people are commenting that they're over on Instagram. So if you don't, go and check out Chris Freytag on Instagram if you have it. We are live currently there. We'll continue to answer any of the questions that have been pre-asked. Hopefully we'll get back live at some point so we have more questions rolling
Right, I feel so bad. Tech crew, do we think we can get back or they don't know? We had trouble with the live a couple weeks ago too, so
Yep.
something is going on. I really apologize for those of you you're watching this after the fact, or you Instagrammers, okay?
Yeah, ask us. Do you have any questions?
I guess I'll have to pay a little more. Yeah, the people are saying you're frozen on the website. I'm so sorry, you guys. Someone is asking when the treadmill workouts are coming out.
Ooh.
Let's quickly talk about that. We are so excited for our Tread and Shred program. Again, we listen to you guys. Those of you who are a part of the Facebook group, you guys are amazing. We love our GHUTV squad, but you guys talk to us and tell us things that you're looking for, and we do it. So 12 workouts, actually 11 with a one cool down.
Yep.
They should be out the first week of November. So be looking. We'll let you guys know. We're finishing up. Not only do we have to edit the videos, and our tech team is amazing, but then we have to do all the stuff that goes along with the website, writing the descriptions, getting everything tagged properly. So we're there for you. Look for them. They're going to be so fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for people to try them out.
Truth be told, I sent like 2 of them to a friend who's a treadmill girl, and I said, just try these out. Let me know what you think. And she FaceTimed us. She was all sweaty. She's like, these are awesome. So we're pretty excited about it. Okay, a bunch of people are saying made it to Instagram. So they're over here, and a couple of people are saying, Sam, your hair looks great.
Oh, well, thanks. I showered.
Wow, Sam, way to go, girl. Okay, keep going.
Perfect. Okay. So let's see here. Can you actually explain the calendars and challenges and how they work?
Okay.
It must be a new member. So
yeah, if you are a new member of Get Healthy UTV or you are considering joining Get Healthy UTV, so here's how the calendars and the challenges work. First of all, our challenges are typically free. We do those for people like you who are not members and say, hey, I'm just looking for something to get me motivated to get started. So we put those together. They're typically our 10-minute workouts, but some of our challenges do have a couple free longer workouts involved in them. So like if you go back on our website, and we're in the middle of building out a challenge page actually, so that you can see all the old challenges, because we literally have like 10 challenges that you guys could try. We're currently in the middle of the Stronger Together challenge. We're almost done with it. It was a 28-day challenge for October. It's 10 minutes a day. We had thousands and thousands of you join on to do the Stronger Together challenge. We've had comments from many of you who are not Get Healthy UTV members who are like, I've never stayed this consistent in my life, but 10 minutes is doable. And all the 10-minute workouts come from all 8 of our trainers. So you get a really good mix and variety throughout the month. So that's how the free challenges work. We typically do a new one like 2 to 3 times a year. And then there are a whole bunch of old ones that we can give you links to that are still, live in the cyberspace, and they're all free.
yes.
So we've got those for you. Then, as a member, the calendars are there. So being in this industry, I'm going to backtrack a little bit, for 30 years, and being a personal trainer for so many years, people like a plan.
Yes.
And one of the things I saw missing, people would buy a DVD and they'd stick in their DVD player and they'd do the 3 workouts that are on the DVD, and then they're like, okay, now what? Yeah, I need help. And then I started seeing people asking me as a trainer, like, can you write a program for me? How many workouts should I do a week? How do I know, how to progress? How many rest days should I take? Blah, blah, blah. So we started saying people want a plan. They don't want to just randomly open up the website and look around for workouts. Some people do like that. Like me personally, well, because I know all the workouts, I love just going in there and going, ooh, I haven't done this one yet.
Yep.
But we put together these 28-day calendars that basically last you a month and give you a focus and a purpose. So if you're like, this month I really want to focus on bar and yoga,
then you would do maybe the bar sculpt video or calendar, or maybe you like a jab punch crunch. You want to have kickboxing for the cardio and strength. So we've got that for you. Or we have a serious strength calendar where it's really about lifting heavier weights for that month. Or we have a power walking calendar that would be great for a lot of beginners where it's indoor walking. Or we just came up with a calendar called Foundations. It's for gold members, but it's all of the foundational workouts, beginner, so that we get a lot of questions about beginners and wanting something that's 28 days to get them going. We just put together a calendar called Sweat in 20. We have a lot of moms and other people say, I've got 20 minutes and I want to go, you know? So we just put together a 20-minute calendar. It's not up on the website yet. So we have about 30 calendars up there. We put together new ones. Literally, it's almost been monthly.
Monthly, I feel like,
where we're trying to give you guys plans. So that's how it works. So if you are a Get Healthy UTV member, head over to the calendar tab and check them out.
And just kind of a side note, because I have been answering some questions on, Facebook or the website as far as calendars go. In the top left corner, if they are beginner, we mark that and you'll see kind of like an orange little banner. So those ones are going to be marked if you're looking for more of a beginner or maybe just really wanting to slow down that pace and focus on your form. That's going to be in the top left corner. And then the top right corner, it says includes gold workouts. So if you're looking for gold, they're there. If it doesn't have that note on it, it's for any premium member.
Right.
So
we have two levels of membership. So premium members get new workouts every quarter. There's over 150. There's probably 200 premium workouts now.
Yep.
Gold members get all the premium plus a brand new live workout every single Monday that drops into their account. So you don't have to watch it live, but it drops into your account. So you're collecting, approximately 50 new workouts every year, as well as you're getting all the premium. So you've got a ton of them to choose from.
Yep.
Okay, quick question. Someone said, do you need a treadmill for those upcoming workouts? She said, maybe a silly question. Not a silly question. You really do need a treadmill, though. They're geared towards walking on a treadmill. You could do them outside, but sometimes when we talk incline, it would be hard to simulate incline outside. But you could do speed for every incline.
You can do speed or go find a hill and just keep running up and down. It might be an idea for that.
Or a stairs.
Stair stepper, yeah. Or you could definitely try an elliptical, too. I'm not sure, but...
you might be able to do an elliptical, but a lot of people go to the gym and they take their phone with them and they do like a workout. So, and then someone else said, would love to know what to wear for freezing cold winter walking. Include exactly what I should wear for footwear and layering. I think we have an article about that. At least I know I've written a whole bunch of articles. Maybe I wrote one back in the day for Prevention Magazine. So your base layer should be tight to your body. It should be your insulation layer. So it shouldn't be loose. It should be tight, like Under Armour or compression gear or a tight, smart wool shirt or something tight. Then you have a medium layer, which is your warmth layer. Maybe that's a fleece. Maybe that's a sweatshirt. Maybe it's a hoodie, whatever. And then you have your top layer, which is your weather layer. So it could be a shell that's protective of rain. In the winter, for us, it's a big old down coat.
Big old down coat, yes.
And so that's how we layer on top. On the bottom, I'm just going to tell you, I wear Polar Tech leggings. Polar Tech, like they're literally fleece leggings. They are game changers. I have so many friends who are like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. And then they go get them and they're like, are you kidding me? Like it is the difference between night and day. So I wear Polar Tech leggings, smart wool socks, and we will go with hand warmers and foot warmers. People who live in warm weather are thinking we're
ridiculous. They're like, what are you talking about?
What are you doing and why do you live there? But we will put hand warmers and foot warmers in, and I'm a walker. 10, 11 months out of the year, I'll go outside. If a friend will join me, I will go outside and walk the dog because our dog loves cold weather. And so I'll do it. But it's all about layering. And then on your face, you got to now you have to wear a mask anyway, but get that scarf up there, warm wool hat or warm winter hat. It's all about being smart, layering, hand warmers, foot warmers. That's the deal. It's intense. Okay. Someone said, so I don't walk anymore, but I do work out most days with rest days, including yoga, stretching, and foam roller. Would you say that's good enough? Absolutely. Like you don't have to walk if you're already working out. Like what do you like to do? Walking is awesome. Walking is good for the mind and for the body and for the lymphatic system and all that good stuff. But like if you're already working out, you're doing those things for yourself. So pick what works for you. I think anyone who's a pet owner, a dog owner knows that dogs just get you outside. They just make you do more miles.
They really do.
Because they need to get out there too. But yeah, I mean, listen, like today I'm not going to walk.
walk. It's raining.
Yeah, it's
disgusting.
It's not
so
very nice.
walking is not on my agenda. So you're doing great. Jill's asking, will we do more walking videos? Yes, yes, and yes. That's always on our list. People love them. Coming down the ladder is also on our list. Someone's asking for that workout.
We had somebody else ask that same question just yesterday.
Yeah. And one last question about winter walking. Do you wear spikes or boots? Okay, so once it gets snowy, you can put those yak tracks on the bottom. They're like spikes that they're like literally like a boot that you like. It's not like a bungee cord, but it kind of is. It just comes to the bottom of your tennis shoe if you want and helps you on ice. But we wear our Sorel boots in the winter and we clod hop. I got to tell you, the first time I wear my Sorels for a longer work, my shins and my calves feel it so
They're
much.
on fire.
Because you have to pick your feet up.
Yes, and they're not like, they're kind of heavy.
Oh yeah, it's different
like
than
ankle
tennis
weights.
shoes.
Yeah.
It is like ankle weights.
We just got note, and we are back on Facebook and on our website. So if you're more comfortable going there, head on over, tell your friends we are back on.
We're back, people.
And then we'll just continue on with these questions because we still have a bunch that we haven't gotten to. And then again, if you have any more, keep dropping them in there and we will address them.
Okay.
We have somebody saying she tries to do yoga once a week, but when her mind is racing, thinking about all the things she has to do, she really can't relax enough to practice. So instead, she wants to do something else more strenuous to get kind of her anxiety out. In the meantime, she's kind of looking for any tips that can help her calm down enough to do yoga.
Well, one of the things that I notice about yoga for myself is those first 5 minutes are crucial. It's like if the instructor brings you to a place where you're lying on your back or you are, in child's pose and you're just kind of starting, you start with that deep breathing, which just takes you kind of into a different place. That makes it easier for me. So you really need that like beginning portion. I would say 99% of our yoga classes all start with that first like introductory, start breathing, relax, clear the head kind of instruction. That makes a difference. But it's okay if your mind wanders during yoga. And if you're that person who likes a little more strenuous, you probably would like the vinyasa yoga, which is flow yoga versus like the slower yoga, like a hatha yoga or a yin yoga where we're holding the poses or slowing down. The vinyasa flow is strenuous. I mean, man, I can work up a sweat in that situation. And even, if you like a little heat, get a space heater. Seriously. If you live in a cold weather, like have a space heater. You can buy many, at Walmart, Target. Put it in the room, turn it up, start to heat up a little bit. And it kind of is this euphoric feeling.
Yeah. And I love doing yoga in the heat. And it doesn't have to be super hot, but I just feel my muscles just like relax a little bit deeper.
More.
Yeah. I know I always tell myself, and it's actually something being a little more injured, I've been trying to do more of because I know my body needs it. My mind doesn't always I want to pick up the heavy weights, but I'm like, nope, just relax and really do it. So.
Recovery is like seriously underrated.
It is.
It's underrated.
Even by us fitness instructors.
Overtraining is a real problem, and overtraining is not good. You'll start to notice your heart rate doesn't go up, your muscles hurt, you get injured, you're not feeling good, you're not sleeping well. So you really have to find that dance. Someone just said, the Get Healthy UTV trainers are the greatest. Thank you so much. We have 8 trainers.
Yes.
We have other trainers on the website, other friends of mine that we've licensed their videos, which is great. But we have the live trainers that do the gold. They're all Minneapolis people. They've all been teaching for lots and lots of years. They all have different personalities and different strengths. So we try to give you a lot of variety so that you can enjoy it. And I enjoy kind of trying out everybody's workouts. So it's super fun.
We have somebody saying that she is 3 weeks post-COVID. Any tips on what she should do to ease back into a workout routine?
Okay, so, hopefully you're feeling good. I don't know, how it hit you. Everybody is different. But start with something like a 20-minute walking workout. Start with something like, one of the chair workouts or something that just feels like, okay, how do I feel when I get my heart rate up? Make sure you're well hydrated. Make sure you've fueled your body and you're ready to go and just ease into it. If you're somebody who's been working out forever and you just had this blip of COVID, you can pretty much just go right back into it. If you're someone who feels like you ended up taking a little extra time off, just start with something a little bit more on, I always say baby steps. Don't go for like the hardest workout you've ever seen in your life. Start with something a little easier.
try it. And if it felt good, that good news is, yay, I can move up.
Yep.
You know? Someone just said, can you put together a quick cardio sweat building workout with a 20-minute yoga stretch cool down? A quick cardio sweat building workout with a 20-minute. Oh, so they're looking like for cardio and yoga together.
Interesting.
Cardio yoga.
All right.
Put it on our list. You better be a gold member because that's going to show up in gold. Cardio and yoga together. I'm trying to come up with a name for that. Card yoga? Cardioga. We'll work on that. Yo cardio.
I like that. All right.
We'll come up with something. I like that idea. Do a quick cardio, then do 20 minutes of stretching.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for the idea. Please do more yoga. Okay, more yin yogas.
Oh.
Okay, you guys, this top secret. I let you guys, people who join in our Q&As and people who are like in our Facebook group, you kind of get some of this information that other people don't know. But we have a couple new yogas coming to the website pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
They're from yoga teachers that are based out of LA. They're really good yoga routines. I previewed them. They're awesome.
Yep.
One is a gal, one is a guy. They're great. And one of them is yin based. So yay for you. Who is asking for that? I can't, people's names on Instagram are so crazy. I don't know. But so you're going to see more and more split days. Yeah, we could put more, we could do another round of split days.
Yeah.
Split days are gold workouts for those of you who are Get Healthy UTV workouts. People are asking for heavier weight days. We're like, pick up your 15-pounders. Pick up those heavier weights. Go slow and steady and burn out. You know, max out your muscles as well as split your body into different days. So we love total body workouts because they feel accomplished. Most of my workouts are total body.
So
I would say 90% of my workouts I do are total body. I do push-ups, I do chest presses, squats, lunges. But I do love the idea of split days. So we did like back and bi, try, chest and shoulders,
Glutes.
leg day, core day. So yeah, we can do that again.
Awesome.
Long walks in Sorels, would it be too heavy for the knees? You know, it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, we get used to it because we do it so much.
We do it far too many months out of the year.
Right.
Chris, what is your biggest struggle with working out if you're not feeling motivated? Do you ever have days where you're not feeling motivated?
Yeah. I definitely have those days. I will say that discipline is freedom. I've said that before. So I've just created discipline in the exercise world after doing this for 30 years. So for me, it's kind of like brushing my teeth. Like, I'm going to brush my teeth no matter what because I know how important that is, right? You're just going to do it. So exercise has kind of become that for me where it's like, even during COVID, in the early months when we were in such isolation, I was like, get up, put on your workout clothes, turn on Get Healthy UTV. I had my plan of which workout I was going to do each day and do it. And once you get going, everything switches. Like if you can get into that first 5-10 minutes, everything switches. But yeah, I have those non-motivated days. I do a lot of self-talk. I do a lot of like just contests with myself. Like, okay, I just need to burn 200 calories today. That's it. I'm not going to push myself. I'm not going to make myself go crazy, but I'm going to go for 200 calories.
Yep.
Turn on my watch, do something. Those kinds of things, that's just, I like play with my mind and I do kind of the Mel Robbins like 5-second rule. Like if you sit there and talk to like if you set 10 alarms on your phone, you're probably not getting up, right?
That's me, but I still get up.
But it's pretty hard after that 8th alarm.
Oh, yeah.
People just go, screw it, and they go back to bed. You kind of have to be that person who says, I'm going to give myself 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, go, activate. You know, it's kind of, you have to do that.
I will say the thing that helps me, especially now, but even before, like if I'm going to a class, if it's like planned, I'm going, a friend is meeting me or whatever, I'm going to your house to work out with you, like it keeps me accountable. And so you just do it. Like I know if I press that last alarm one more time, I'm going to let someone down. So find a workout partner, even if it's over Zoom. Like I have done quite a few Zoom workouts with some friends and you open up the computer screen and you do it together. I mean, it's community a different way, but it holds you accountable.
Well, we also have people in the Get Healthy UTV squad Facebook group who they will group together and they'll say, okay, tomorrow everybody do, you know, the new body weight blast workout. And everyone will say, okay, we're all going to do it. And then they'll report back and say, I did it.
Yep.
You know, so again, accountability even
online. Hey, someone was also mentioning Buff Body Yoga. I forgot about that. When you were saying people who can't concentrate on yoga, try our Buff Body Yoga workouts. So that's yoga with weights.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little it's more intense.
Absolutely. Kind of going along the same lines, but people would like to know what your current fitness weekly routine is.
Okay, you want to know. Let's see. Mondays, so far since COVID, it was outdoor boot camp. I would just get together with friends. You've maybe seen it on our Instagram story. I would have somewhere between 10 to 20 friends and neighbors come over, and we would do an outdoor workout because it just felt really good to get fresh air. I must say, it might be over because we have snow on the ground.
Yes. Unfortunately.
So that might be the end of that. Then on Mondays, I will just do a Get Healthy UTV workout. I'll pick out something. I tend to go for the cardio strength combos. And because I know all the workouts, I'll look and go, oh, Shelly did a gold workout 2 weeks ago that I didn't get to try yet, so I'm going to try that one. So that's kind of my Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I teach at the health club. I have been doing that for years, for 23 years to be exact.
There you go.
And I have a community of friends who are still doing it together. Talk about longevity and accountability. So I do that. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I'm pretty much a walker. So I get out, I walk the dog, I walk with girlfriends, or I will do a shorter Get Healthy UTV workout. I like to pick out, so I will sort by time. A lot of times I do those 20-minute workouts. Seriously, Power 20.
Yeah.
I instructed that, but I love that system. I also love a couple of the jab, punch, crunch shorter ones. I like a couple of, I'm thinking of Lindsay's body weight cross training.
Yep. Or this isn't lower, but the 40, 30, 20. It's
Oh yeah,
for
I like
HIIT.
I love the HIIT workouts on the gold workouts. So I'll do that at home too. But typically I don't, I'll lift weights 3 to 4 days a week, and the other days I don't.
Yep.
And a lot of times they're all in a row. People say, well, are you supposed to space your weights out? And for me, I'm I just do what works for me in my schedule. I will go sometimes 3 days without picking up a weight, and then I'll do 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
So, but I guess I would say I work out 5 days a week, and then the other 2 days are walking, pretty much.
Somebody is asking, do you do a lot of the workouts that you lead? Do you watch yourself?
Sometimes I don't like to because, first of all, I already know what's coming. Second of all, I prefer to do someone else's workout. I think it's fun to work out and do Sam's workout, do Shelly's workout, do Lindsay's workout. I love Sheila's yoga. Kate cracks me up, so I love to work out with Kate. So I like doing other people's yoga. I really like Amy Dixon's Going Strong system. That's just, I like her personality. I like those workouts. So I prefer to do someone else's workout. But when I'm with my family, sometimes, or friends, they'll be like, let's do this workout that you led. And I'm like, ugh. But I'll still do it. I like the definitions workouts.
Those ones are good
Yeah,
ones.
those are oldies but goodies.
Yeah, absolutely. We have somebody asking, how do you protect your knees from all the squats and lunges?
See, everybody's body is different, and it depends on your genetics as well as your past activity. So squats and lunges don't hurt me. They just don't. Now, lunges are harder on my knees than squats. So I will even comment sometimes during a workout that I'm instructing, I'm going to go easy on lunges today because my knees are kind of feeling it. And maybe what I feel more is fatigue. I don't feel pain in my knees. Squats for me are do them all day.
Team squat.
But running hurts my knees. It hurts my knees, and I don't want to get injured, and that's why I stopped running years ago. Occasionally I'll run, or I'll run across the street, but I'm not a runner so anymore, and that was hard for me. So that's just what is for me. Now, people who say my knees hurt when I squat or I lunge, when someone says I can't lunge, I'm like, okay, only go squats. Squats are totally great. Skip the lunges. Don't do them. For some people, it's the opposite, but for most people, lunges are harder on their knees. Now, if you have somebody asked me the other day, they said, okay, I'm hearing squish squash in my knees.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's fluid.
Okay.
Then you want to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Because maybe you need to get the fluid drained. I don't know what's going in there. Knees and shoulders are complicated. They're ball and socket joints. So they have a lot of tendons and ligaments. They circumduct. And so they're a little, knees don't circumduct. I shouldn't say that. Hips and shoulders circumduct. But knees are hinges that move in a couple different directions. You just have to be really smart with them. So I one thing for all of you guys. So muscle fatigue is, oh my gosh, I can barely do another rep. Wow, I'm working so hard. Muscle pain is, uh-oh, that hurts. So muscle fatigue, work through muscle fatigue, work to muscle fatigue. Muscle pain, stop what you're doing and find out why it hurts.
Yep.
Don't work through pain.
Absolutely. And I think especially like the more, I'm sure when you would train people, like lunges and squats, you have to be very strategic and like how you're doing them. Form is going to be key.
Form is absolutely key.
My mom is starting to work out again, and so we'll always watch her form, and it's just one thing, it's like if she bends down too far and she's like, well, why does my back hurt? Well, that's why. So really pay attention, especially with those movements, but every movement, about your form, especially with the lunges and the squats.
And we do a lot of instructing on form in all of our videos.
Yep.
We did have a whole Q&A on just form.
I think we should do another one.
I know, where we demonstrated. So we weren't just sitting at a table. We were showing how to do a deadlift, how to do a squat, how to do a lunge, how to do a proper sit-up, that kind of stuff. And we could definitely do that again because it's really going to make it to body awareness is a huge part of exercise. So back to the benefits, the mind thing, that is another really good benefit of exercise is body awareness. People tend to get less injured if they are active because they're aware of their body in space and their balance gets better. So you're on like I was up on this ladder. We're having construction in our house and my husband's like, oh my God, be careful. I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty steady because like I got my awareness going. Makes a difference in your daily activities.
It does. Let's see. Where is the best placement of resistance bands to work the outer thighs and outer hips?
So your abductors. Well, again, there's no exacts like placement. I'm thinking that she's talking mini bands.
Yeah.
Because she's looping it around her legs. I mean, it depends on the width of the mini band too, because there's like 7-inch, 9-inch, 11-inch. I mean, it just depends on what you're using. If it's too easy to do the old thigh master move, then you're not going to really feel it as much. But I say to get the outer thigh, you kind of have to bring it above the knee.
Above the knee, yeah.
It depends on how tight that band is and if you're feeling that resistance. Remember that equipment at the gym where people just sit there and they go like this with their legs? And it used to kill me like 20 years ago. There'd be people like reading a chapter book going like, I'm like, are you kidding? This is not a cardio machine. If you're reading, you need to take the intensity up. You're only supposed to do like 10 reps. So, I would say above the knee for sure, but it depends on the band.
Yeah, and it depends on what I feel like movement you're doing.
Right.
Like if you're doing a glute bridge and stuff like that, I always have it above my knee.
Always above my knees. But if you're walking side to side, sometimes I take it down to below the knee, but then it's a little different movement.
Yes.
We have a lot of mini band workouts.
We do.
Yeah, a lot of the
bar
workouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. This woman says, enjoying having a glass of red wine at the end of the day. What can I do to replace it?
Why? Why do you have to replace it? I'm with you, girlfriend.
Chris likes her wine.
One glass was the key that you said there. If you were saying 2 or 3, I'd say, yeah, replace it. If you're having 1 glass of wine a day, I mean, they say red wine is good for you. But for me, I don't do that because I get up so early and it just kind of makes me a little more groggy or I should say tired. So for me, wine is more like a weekend thing. Replacing it, if you're looking for something to soothe you, I would say tea. I mean, because to me, wine is that relaxation feeling, right? That's what I just get that feeling from it. And for me, hot tea is like that. So typically on the weeknight, I have hot tea all year long, even in the cold. I mean, even in the heat, I still drink hot tea at night.
Yeah.
I drink this tea, you guys know, it's called Organifi. We can put a link up to it on Amazon. It's not cheap. It's like fairly expensive. It's like $2 a serving. Yeah. So that's my Starbucks for the day. But it's got reishi mushroom and turmeric, and it tastes like a chai kind of blend, and I absolutely love it. That being said, red wine is good for you, but again, the key word that I heard was one glass, right? The problem for a lot of people is 1 glass turns into 2 while they're cooking dinner, and then it's a quickly slippery slope.
Any important things to note for exercising during pregnancy?
Yes. Well, one of the rules of thumb is whatever you've been doing for the past 6 months, you can probably keep doing. So if you're somebody who's super fat and you've been, we hear from a lot of our Get Healthy UTV members who are pregnant and say, I'm still doing all of these workouts. If you guys watched trainer Lindsay through her 2 pregnancies, she continued to do that same level of activity up until about 8 months because she was so fit and her body was used to it. So whatever you've been doing for 6 months, you can probably keep doing. However, you will hit a point in your pregnancy where either your belly gets too big or you start to get too tired because you are building a human and give yourself grace. If you're like, you know what, this is too much on my joints, or I'm starting to get too fatigued, or I'm taking care of other kids while I'm pregnant. And there are a lot of factors that come into it. Then give yourself grace, tailor back a little bit, take it down. And there is also a certain point where ab exercises make no sense. You won't do them anymore because it just makes no sense. You've got a belly out here. And planking starts to get uncomfortable, and it's a bad position for a fully pregnant woman, so you'll skip all of those. A stability ball can be your friend. Now, if you are brand new pregnant and brand new to exercise, you need to talk to your doctor. Because you need to keep your heart rate at a place where you don't get too lightheaded and dizzy. You don't want to pass out. You need to talk about what it would look like to, a lot of women will all of a sudden go, uh-oh, I want to keep my weight in check. I want to start working out. Then you should even look into a prenatal class of some sort. We do have Baby Bump Fitness. It's a great program online at Get Healthy UTV. We always suggest checking with your doctor first. But it is, Lindsay was like 7 or 8 months pregnant when she filmed it. And there's a bar workout, a total body boot camp maybe, and a yoga workout. And they're really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Your favorite quick snack ideas, especially for busy teachers?
Nuts and seeds, trail mix. It's my favorite thing in the world. I make my own trail mix. I put together pumpkin seeds, pepitos, pistachios. I now am using sugar-free chocolate chips, like cranberries, dried cranberries. I'll throw in sometimes some almonds. And it's just like my go-to snack because it satiates you. It's healthy fats. It's protein. Nuts and seeds are good for your hormones. And so it's clean. There's no chemicals. I do all raw, shelled nuts. I know she can't eat nuts and seeds.
She's looking at me. I'm like, I don't know.
She's allergic. But fruit, I love bananas, grapes, apples. Those are kind of my go-tos. Any kind of, yogurt. I like yogurt. I like Greek yogurt. So for me, that's a good snack. Those are kinds of the things I take on the go, mostly the fruit and the nuts and the seeds and stuff, because those are easy to take on the go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes I'll pack hard-boiled eggs or stuff like that, but you want to keep those cold, so it's harder to take with you.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, somebody is asking you what your favorite brand of yogurt is.
I eat Fage yogurt, F-A-G-E. It's pronounced Fage. And I love it because it's Greek yogurt. It's super thick and creamy. I am such a dairy person. I don't eat really dairy, but I love ice cream. I love creamy cheesecake. I love all that good stuff. And so Greek yogurt for me is really creamy. I love it. I never buy the kind with added sugar. Never. I never buy the flavors because they're just added sugar. I'd rather add my own sugar through my own berries, my own fruit, or I'll put a little packet of stevia in there and stir it up. And then to me, it's like dessert. Put some almonds in there or pistachios. It's amazing.
It's like ice cream.
It is like ice cream.
Do you have any?
I'm just looking to see. Will you be doing any spinning workouts? We don't know about that. Just one more thing.
No.
We're trying, but okay. How do you inspire family members to work out when they have no desire to start? That is really tough. It depends on if these are your kids or your spouse, because that's a different relationship, right? Your kids, you can kind of encourage and educate and take a different approach than your spouse who says, I don't care, I don't want to do it, or whatever. I hate that a health scare sometimes is the beginning for a lot of people to start things, but unfortunately, people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, something will happen where they are diagnosed with diabetes, or they have a stroke, or they have high blood pressure, or they have anxiety, or something happens where the doctor says, start moving your body, or they start to have joint pain, and then that's the impetus to get them going. So maybe just having a conversation, if it's somebody who's older, about your health choices, because what you eat and what you do with your body every day are the biggest health decisions that you make as an individual for your own health care. And for a lot of people, medication is super freaking expensive.
Yep.
So expensive. So if you're trying to get off statins or you're trying to get off blood pressure meds or whatever it is, exercise could be your answer. Now, if it's kids, I think you have to turn it into fun.
Yeah.
And it has to be something they like to do. And they have to giggle while they're doing it. And they have to enjoy the benefits of the true just fun in it. And then for a lot of younger youth, it's about like getting stronger, having muscles, that kind of thing. And I think when you get older, it's more about the health.
the health concerns.
Benefits.
Yep.
Someone else is asking, I have arthritis in my lower back. What is the best exercise or yoga that is good for that? So we put together a 10-minute video that is called what is it called?
You're putting me
I
on
did
spot.
it. I just don't know the name. It's a 10-minute free video that's all about lower back pain and how to stretch for lower back pain. And typically lower back pain for a lot of people is osteoarthritis, because truly what osteoarthritis is wear and tear to the joint. That's what osteoarthritis is. I have it in my back too. I also have a degenerated disc between L4 and L5. And so for me, it's all about every day doing my personal physical therapy in my house every single morning for about 5 to 10 minutes every single day. I use the massage ball, and in this 10-minute video, I show you how to use the massage ball to really like loosen up those muscles that are just over tight. And then remember this, motion is lotion. So if you have typical osteoarthritis, moving those joints creates synovial fluid, which will make those joints feel better. The hardest thing though is getting those joints moving. So check out that video. What's it called?
Yep, it's called 10 helpful stretches for low back pain relief.
Okay.
And then we also have another 10-minute, and it's yoga for low back. And Kate did that one.
Yeah, so that's 2 really good workouts for you.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. As the monotony of always being home sets in, how do you keep your workouts fresh and fun?
Get GHUTV. There's over 250 to choose from. So I am really I don't like to do the same thing every day.
I don't either.
You know, and back, I mean, I've been making VHS tapes and DVDs forever. And it used to bum me out because like you'd put 3 workouts on a VHS tape, so exciting, but just 3 workouts.
Yeah.
So after somebody has done those 3 workouts 300 times, it's super boring, right? But now in the world of streaming, it opened our world. You would not have to repeat a workout ever if you didn't want to.
No.
And we do have a lot of workouts that are no repeaters.
Yep.
Like if you dread the idea that we're going to do the same circuit 3 times in a row, go for the core cardio, which is no repeater. Go for our no repeater strength. Go for our no repeater cardio. I mean, there's a lot of no repeaters. But I think when you really, explore different workouts and do something different every day, that's what keeps my mind in it. I don't like to do the same format, nothing.
No, I don't either. And I think something too to like challenge you, and we've challenged ourselves, is going back to the old ones. And like, I don't know, we get kind of in the same, routine of like, well, we're just going to do the newer ones, but some of the older ones, like, I was like, dang, I haven't done that in a really long time.
So when I started GHUTV, this was, is it 4 or 5 years? I honestly cannot even remember. But it was me. It was just me. And I'm like, we need more trainers. And we started the Gold Workouts. And I had a friend she's an Energizer bunny. She's in really great shape. Shout out to Erica. Come into the studio and do the workouts with me. And someone just said the other day on social media, they're like, that's my favorite workout. The very first Gold we ever did.
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago. It was I think it was either cardio kickboxing or body weight hit.
I think I just saw the body weight hit recently.
Okay, so that must have been our very first workout ever, and still fun.
And shout out, because Erica did say, can you guys do another one of those?
So fun.
she was in it, and now she wants to do another one.
Hey, quickly, Instagram, you guys are going to turn off exactly at 1 hour. That's what happened. So if we lose you, I just want to thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And we have just about 3 minutes left, so...
Someone just asked if there's a no repeater calendar. I don't think we have enough. Well, we have calendars where I think what she's saying is don't repeat the workout. So 28 different workouts.
Some of our most recent calendars are no repeating workouts.
Really?
Yes, we've been really trying to do that because people don't always like to repeat workouts.
I know that on most 28-day calendars, Sam and I put them all together, by the way. And I think if I'm remembering that we typically have somewhere between 15 and 20 different workouts, typically.
Yep.
So there's very little repetition in the new ones. So check that out.
Yeah, and we definitely keep days for yoga and active days of rest too, just so that you're not overdoing it.
Yeah.
Do you have any best outdoor exercises for like the winter other than walking? Do you do anything else outdoors?
Well,
Minnesota, it's real hard.
I'm a positive person, but I hate winter. If you know me, you know that about me. I was born to live in the warmth, and I don't know what I'm doing here. So I'm not like an outdoorsy girl in the winter because I hate cold weather so much. But I love to walk. Like, I will really bundle myself up. I'll keep that positive attitude. I also love to ski. I grew up skiing, and I like to ski when, you know, it's 25 or above. I don't like that sub-zero stuff. But oh my gosh, you can snowshoe. You can get out there and do, what other things do people do? Ice skate?
We skate a lot, yeah.
Ice skating is super fun. I do like to ice skate. I grew up ice skating too.
Yeah.
And I love that. I just don't like to stand outside in the flipping cold.
No.
And you definitely have to have something, you know, to keep your breath from getting so cold. But there's a lot of winter, you know, things people do outside, but I'm not really sure what they are.
Yeah. Those are a few options here.
Snowshoeing is probably the one that I hear most in Minnesota because we have so many lakes. People go out on the lakes, and that is really good exercise.
Mm-hmm. So we are just about at that hour mark.
We are.
So I've got no other questions.
Someone says, I hate the Texas heat.
Oh, we'll switch with you.
Oh my gosh, I know. I love the Texas heat. I want the Texas heat. Okay, someone said you talk about the gold tea for Organifi. So what about their greens? I have tried Organifi greens. I like them. I like them a lot. So definitely try them if you want. For me though, I'll just stick like whatever greens I have in my fridge in my shake.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought, well, if I'm going to spend the money, I'd rather spend the money on the tea.
Yeah.
The mushroom tea. I know that sounds disgusting, but it's amazing. Or rather than the greens, but they are really good.
Yeah.
So anyway, Margot, I know that's Margot who has, she would rather have cold weather than Texas heat. Cross-country skiing, that was the other thing I was trying to think of. Cross-country skiing, that is great exercise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
Real hard.
I'll watch from inside.
Yeah. Well, that's about it. We are at 2:00. So.
All right, you guys, hey, check out the free meditation challenge. In this crazy season of life called 2020, check it out, you guys. It's free. It's 14 days. There's no rules. Give a couple of them a try. We'll put the sign up again.
Yep.
I know we froze up, so give that a shout. Thank you to all our Get Healthy UTV members. We love you guys. We're here for you. Join the Facebook group because, good Lord, Sam is in there like 3 hours a day. And I'm in there every single day.
Yep.
Literally, that's no joke. Like when I say 3 hours, like you are. And we really spend a lot of time trying to converse with you guys. We want it to be a community. It's just not a website that you signed up for. It's a community of people who care. So, yay! Get ready for the Tried and Shred. It's coming.
I'm excited.
All right, everybody, have an amazing, whatever it is, week. We'll see you in November. We come live every month, so we'll see you in November. All right? Take care.